Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Hey, man, dominate everything. Everything. Dance on me. Dance on three. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. Welcome to New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get some full access today. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of roster updates and the major news of today. Looks like what I said about speaking things into existence, it's a little bit true. People have been clamoring for Darius Slayton to be traded or released since the beginning of the preseason when they seen him drop one pass in training camp after he balled out the days before training camp, catching it over people. He dropped one pass and everybody trade him. He sucks. He's terrible. He can't catch anything. He's awful. He's the worst receiver on the team. He's making $2.5 million. We can get that $2.5 million and do this and do that. And so the things have come to be true. Darius Slayton, it said that he's been garnering major trade aspirations from teams, major trade interest from teams. As like I said, it's been reported. It's all over Twitter, all over Google. So, I mean, that should tell you something if he's on the market, that he has value. And I think he has a lot of value for this team if he was able to be used correctly. Unfortunately, he may have been down on himself, or he may just think that, hey, it's just time to go. I'm tired of fans bashing me. I'm tired of fans saying that I can't do this, I can't do that. Even though I led the team in receiving yards the previous 2 years before last year with over 700. And people just trash that like 700 yards is just trash. Everybody's not Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill or Julio Jones in his prime or Antonio Brown in his prime. Everybody act like 1,000 yards is just easy to do. That's not easy to do. And you getting back-to-back 750 to 730 yard reception yard seasons from a 5th round pick. I think you won. Think about it. He's a 5th round pick. He's not a 1st round pick. He wasn't projected to come in and just tear up the league. A lot of people were projecting him just to be happy to get into the league coming in the 5th round. And you got a 5th round pick that was giving you consistent 700-yard seasons. Yes, he had 8 touchdowns in his first season, then it went down to 3 his second season. But guess what? He's a 5th round pick. He's not a number 1 receiver, but he's definitely a receiver that you put on this team and you got some people in front of him. He can definitely do some damage for your team and definitely do some good things for your team. This man was asked to come here as a 5th round pick to be a number 1 receiver, and he put up some pretty good numbers. He only had 2 drops his rookie year, and I think he may have like 3 or 4 his second year. Last year he had 6. But the only drop that people keep bringing up is the drop against the Washington football team at the time. Other than that, what drops did Darius Slayton cost his team games? What plays on the field was Darius Slayton costing his team games? You guys make it seem like he was another Evan Ingram, and we all know Evan Ingram costed us a playoff berth. Costed us a playoff berth. You don't think Darius Slayton let's say Darius Slayton goes to the Rams. You don't think the Rams will be able to use that man? Say he goes to the Packers. You don't think the Packers will be excited to have him? Hell, the Buccaneers. You don't think the Buccaneers would be excited to have him right now? The Saints. You don't think the Saints would be excited to have him? The Falcons. You don't think the Falcons would be like, heck yeah, give you another team? You don't think the Colts will be like, heck yeah, send us Darius Slayton for a bag of chips, basically what you saying. Oh yeah, I'll take a 7th round pick for a receiver that got back-to-back 700-yard seasons for us. Alex Bachman is great. David Seals is great. But these are the same guys that couldn't make the squad last year when all our receivers got hurt. They couldn't beat out Pharaoh Cooper. Now, oh yeah, when Seals got into the game last year, not to bash Seals, but when he got into the game last year, his opportunity, he dropped it. Nobody's talking about the drop pass that he had. Oh, because he's doing so well in the preseason. Now, if it's a player that you are excited about, the preseason matters. See what I'm saying? This fan base is crazy, and you guys speak a lot of crap into existence. So you get rid of Slayton. Okay, cool. You know the reason why you want to get rid of Slayton is because Slayton is a talented guy. He's just not a number one receiver. And since we don't have a number one receiver, you put all the blame on him. Slayton is a great number 2, number 3 option on a very good team. And I promise you, if they trade him to a very good team, let's say he goes to the Broncos. Hell, let's say he goes to the Ravens. That dude's going to shine. As soon as you trade him, he goes to one of those teams. You know the first thing fans are going to say? Oh, man, we're stupid. We traded away Slayton. Now he's balling. No, you wanted him gone, remember? See, if I was the GM and I didn't have to listen to you guys fans, I would have kept him and got me a number 1 receiver and maybe a number 2 receiver. Got me a prime number 1 receiver to go with Slayton and Tony. Because, to be honest with you, Slayton has the most chemistry with Daniel Jones. And that was the plan when they brought in Kenny Galladay, but it's just not working out. So you guys are gonna get your wish. I promise you, you're gonna get your wish. And when they traded him away, he starts balling. A lot of people are gonna be like, man, see, we always doing things stupid. We always getting rid of people that turn out to be pretty good. Well, you wanted them gone, right? All I can say is be careful what you wish for, man, because that dude has talent. You don't put back-to-back 700-yard seasons with an offense like ours, being a 5th round pick, and not have talent. Because of one season he had some drop passes. You guys act like he's been dropping passes his whole career. Oh, he had that problem in college. Nobody said anything about him dropping passes his first 2 years. This guy has led us in yards and touchdowns the past 3 years, and he had an off year last year. But guess what? He's probably one of the main ones that stayed healthy for us the whole year. He's been durable. He's had a slight injury scare here or there, but other than that, he's been in there. And he has the most chemistry with Daniel Jones out of our top receivers. It's just a fact. But we're going to move on to some roster decisions that happened today. Report about Ralph Vacchiano. Now, Ralph Vacchiano reported the first wave of cuts by the Giants as, like you said, he trimmed the roster. The roster has to be at 53 by tomorrow's deadline. First couple of cuts, Josh Reeves, Yusuf Corker, the safety. We all know Ryan Santoso was going to be cut. Keelan Dawes, Travis Tovian, Elijah Griffin, and Eric Smith have been cut. Now, out of those names, the only guy that I thought that would have a chance to make this roster was Yusuf Corker. Eric Smith did pretty well, I think, in the second preseason game as far as blocking, but Yusuf Corker is the only little bit of surprise on there. Let's say that got cut today. And there's going to be some more surprising cuts that happens in the very near future. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of cuts tomorrow. Thinking about doing a live full access 53-man roster live. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, Keelan Dawes, Travis Tovian, who had a pretty good game against the Jets. But he came in a little bit too late. Knew he was going to be cut. Elijah Griffin. I knew most of our DBs are probably going to get cut. They're probably going to pick up some guys on the waiver wire probably. Eric Smith for Josh Rivas. We have to cut down on some of the offensive linemen. We got like 20 on the team. So, I mean, nothing too surprising there. Shout out to Ralph Vacchiano for reporting that. But there's been some... There are going to be some cuts that we're waiting to see. Everybody's waiting to see exactly what happens with Darius Slayton and Kenny Galladay. I keep trying to tell Giants fans you really can't do anything with Kenny Galladay unless some team is willing to take on that huge salary this year in the way that he's been showing up in training camp and preseason. Nobody's going to be willing to take that on. Sorry, they're just not going to do it. But that's your New York Giants full access news today, roster news, a little bit of a trade alert news. Let's see what we could get for Darius Slayton. Everybody wants him gone. You're going to speak it into existence, so more than likely he will be gone. If we can't get anything like a 5th or 6th rounder, he probably will be cut. He's down on himself. He's tired. I think he's just tired of the nonsense that comes from this fan base, and a lot of guys get like that here in New York because you guys say some outlandish things. Just going to be real with you. This is New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk, and I'm going to talk my talk no matter what you thought. And this Giants fan base speaks a lot of things in existence. Oh, what if this happened? What if this guy gets injured and can't play? Or what if this happens? Or what if this guy turns out to be trash? Or what if we draft this guy? He's supposed to be good, but just because he comes to us, he's trash and all that stuff, man. You keep talking that negative stuff, man. Negative stuff is going to keep happening. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys this. Start speaking some positivity. Start saying guys are going to come in and shine. Start saying something. Oh, I don't want to get my hopes up and they turn out to be sorry. Well, that's what happens when you ride with somebody. You ride with them thick and thin, man. It's nothing worse than people that talk about you bad and everything when you're down, and then when you get up, all of a sudden they happy for you. It's nothing worse than that, man. It's terrible. If I'm trash now, I should be trash later. I shouldn't be the best thing since sliced bread when I finally make it after going through all that grind and hard work and hearing all the vander that and the venom you've been spitting at me. Now all of a sudden you my best friend. Never worked like that, man. I never got down like that. If I ride with you, I'm ride with you. I'm a New York Giants fan to a T. And it's not delusional. I'm not saying that we're going to go out here and win the Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you do see negative things, be real with it. Don't just say outlandish things just to say it. It's crazy to me. And then if they do turn it around, a la Eli Manning, now everybody's saying Eli Manning, oh, this is the best Giants quarterback and best quarterback in Giants history. But in the beginning, you were saying that he was trash. He was nothing but Peyton Manning's little brother. And then when he ended his career, not on a very good note because they didn't help him out. Now all of a sudden, a lot of people, he's not even a Hall of Famer. He's only good because he won 2 games. That's the type of people that be around people. When you're down, they trash you. When you go up, oh, you're the best thing. And then when you tail off at the end of your journey, oh, they trash you again. Fair weather. It's crazy to me. But, hey, this is the end of this New York Giants full access. Roster cuts, trade, interest, everything's going to be going crazy in the next week or so to get to this 53-man roster. And then we're really going to be able to dig into this full access with the Giants and see what we can do going into the season. But you guys know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Join if you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and join the Big Blue crew, and if you want to feel positive about this team. But until the next episode, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.